I tried the newest CarX update that features its brand new workshop tab, which includes custom tracks, liveries, and tunes. Boys, we are back on CarX Drift Racing Online, and it's been a long time since I've played it, and we've got some great new features that have been added to the game. As you can probably tell, this isn't a default map in CarX, it is actually a modified map that you can now download from their workshop tab. The workshop tab has many different features. We can finally download custom maps, liveries, and tunes all in one place without mods. This is actually a map that I believe is called something like Shadow Valley. I'm not 100% sure. I remember just downloading it when I saw a bunch of players on it online. All I did was click on the server and it started to download the map, and then we jumped straight in and we're drifting around it. So this is my first time playing on this track. For anybody wondering, we are using the Moon Knight or the ER32. This thing is absolutely sick. This is like a kind of sedan R32, and it's absolutely mental. It's definitely one of the coolest looking cars in my opinion, and it actually handles super well. I'm following this guy in front who's actually a bit of a beast at drifting, and I'm just kind of copying his line. Oh, he's going for a 360. I was not prepared for that at all. Maybe next time I'll give it a shot though. For anybody watching this, could you let me know what are the colored names in CarX? This guy in front has a red name. What does that mean? Currently he has bad ping, but I've also seen other people with colored names. How or what does that even mean in CarX? I would love to know. If you know, let me know down in the comments below, as I've got absolutely no idea what these colors mean. This guy in front, I believe his name's Faisal. I'm not 100% sure if that's how you pronounce it. I've probably absolutely butchered it, but he is actually drifting that R35 like an absolute beast, and following his line, he's going for the 360. I'm going to try it this time, although we did just collide with him slightly there and push him off the track. I'm going to have to say that CarX developers have been doing such a great job on their recent updates, adding things like custom liveries, then custom tunes, and now even adding custom maps for us to kind of join, create, and even play on now. It's absolutely awesome, and it's really pushing the game further and further, making it one of the best drift games. I say it's probably pushing it to be one of the best drift games. It probably is the best drift game right now for your kind of straight-in drift game. Instead of things like Assetto Corsa that isn't completely focused around drifting, CarX is definitely, I would say, the best drift game that is mainly focused on it, and they've done such a great job at implementing cars and other sorts of things we want. I also really like the fact that all you need for CarX is the battle pass or the season pass, and you basically get all the DLC for free, which is super sick, because that way you don't have to worry about buying DLC when they come out, because they do release a fair few amount of DLC cars here and there, and it's definitely one thing that is kind of a bonus, that having that season pass, so you don't have to kind of worry. But look at this train we've got going on here. We've got a really nice train going on here. I'm not even that great at tandem drifting. I'm playing on controller today, which is very weird. I don't really use controller for much apart from CarX and other kind of racing games when I'm not using the sim, and it is very odd drifting on it. It's getting a while to get back used to it. However, I feel like after a few laps I should be all good again. Now I will be trying out some other custom maps, or maybe another custom map in a bit, but I want to try a few more laps of this and just drift around with some of these guys, get used to the game again, and just see how everybody is. That guy is driving backwards. I don't actually have Kino mod installed, I believe, anymore. Actually, I think last time I was using ZML just for the graphics. I can't remember if I've got any mods installed, because I believe I chose just to play on the standard CarX without mods, so I don't actually have any mods installed as far as I'm aware, and the game looks great, and we can even play these custom tracks now, which is so good, because getting old ones was impossible. We've got a guy called AMG in front of us there. He had a little clip, and I'm going to try and follow his line, because I've actually seen him drifting about the server, and he has been super good at it. Oh, we got a little wall tap there. That's absolutely fine. We got this guy behind us still, but what the hell? There is a guy flying about. I believe he has the Kino mod installed, and he is using no clue. I wanted to try some toge drifting on CarX, because I thought this would be super sick to try. Now, I've never done any sort of toge drifting, unless you say Kami Road, which is probably the closest you're going to come to toge drifting in CarX, but we actually have this map, which I believe is called Apujara, and I might have absolutely butchered that. I am in the Fujin SX as well, for anybody wondering. I actually did get a huge amount of comments on one of my short videos where I was using this car in a purple color, and people wanted to know what it was. So this is the Fujin SX, which is an S14. I feel like I probably should have chose a smaller car, because these are so narrow, these roads, but this S14 is a fairly long car. I mean, I'm not sure how the implementation of this map came into CarX. However, whoever implemented it and kind of took it from one game and placed it into another. Done an absolutely great job at getting the sizing right on this map. I remember this was one of the first tracks I used to play on Assetto Corsa when I was in my early days of drifting, as it was one of the main maps that I kind of only knew. There are certain parts on this map, like this section here, where you can hold this really long drift, which feels super nice, and then you have the small and technical parts, which are cool too. I wish I picked that AE86 for this track, as it's got some really nice small roads, and Toegate is perfect in the AE86. Especially the fact that you can engine swap cars in CarX as well, which is absolutely mental. So you can have a really powerful AE86 whilst drifting around small Toegate maps like this. It would be absolutely incredible. However, I do prefer the kind of 300 to 400 range when drifting, as you get some super clean drifts on Toegate. However, if I was drifting on the previous track, I would actually prefer something that has got loads of power, because you could just fly about it and have a load of fun. But personally, I really do like those 300 to 400 power drift cars, as they just seem really fun and just smooth to drift. I'm really excited for the future of CarX. I mean, the recent updates that they've done to this game have been incredible. I cannot deny that. We've got custom maps, which is probably the biggest thing and one of the things that most people have wanted for such a long time in CarX. Everybody wanted brand new maps made by the CarX developers, but now they've given us the opportunity to create our own maps and import maps from other games into CarX, so we can actually play custom tracks, which is probably the best thing they could have done. This has got to be my favorite update by far. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite update is. Maybe you prefer new cars or body kits, or some of the kind of revamped maps that they added, like Cami Road update was pretty cool, but this has got to be my favorite. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what your favorite kind of update is for this game. Now, I definitely think this is one thing they should update, the interior drifting, because look how dodgy this drifting is when you're in first person. It looks so wrong. I'm not 100% sure what they've done to the first person camera. It looks a bit weird and clunky. You also don't have arms from what I just remember when I was drifting about there. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I feel like updating that would be a really great start. But I'd like to see what they're going to bring out in the next few updates for CarX, as they've added some really good stuff. Like, what could they add next? That's what I'm thinking. There are so many things in this game that they've added. Like, what is left to add to this game to make it even better? I'm really curious to know. So maybe it's just fixing things like the first person camera. They'll probably add some more cars and other things like that, but they've done such a great job, and I have to say, CarX developers, you are doing a great job. You're listening to the community, which is something that is working very, very well for you guys. So I appreciate you guys for adding custom tracks. I haven't played CarX in such a long time. It's been nice to jump back on and be able to play some of these custom tracks, and it's been really enjoyable. Definitely something that the CarX developers have made a great choice in by bringing this to the game. So if you guys enjoy me playing CarX, then don't forget to leave a like and comment, and hopefully I'll bring you some more CarX content.